I am so sorry. As you know, living out in the country, my internet can be wonky, even though it's fantastic compared to what it used to be. So, picking right up where we left off, I'm sorry, in John, we just left off in 9:34, and I was telling you that the three messianic miracles that Jesus has performed thus far is the healing of the leper, the deaf and dumb spirit, right, that he cast out without having to speak to it, and then now the healing of a man born blind. So these are specifically messianic miracles. And so the Jews would have known that. And so the Pharisees really have no ground to stand upon. And this man was right in his argument from them that if he was a sinner, God wouldn't have heard him, right? And I wouldn't have been healed. I was born blind. My parents told you I was born blind. The people know that I'm the beggar on the street that was born blind, right? He's an adult. It's been very clear to all of them. And this man healed me. How he healed me? Well, he has to be the Messiah, right? Because that's just the way it is. And so they refused to believe him. And so they excommunicated him. As you see, they cast him out. And that's what that means. They excommunicated him from their faith and their belief. And so verse 35 here, Jesus heard that they had cast him out. And when he had found him, he said to him, "Do you believe in the Son of God?" And he answered and said, "Who is he, Lord, that I may believe in him?" And Jesus said to him, "You have both seen him, and it is he who is talking to you." What an amazing moment that would be, right? Because this man was blind when Jesus approached him. So, he knows that a miracle happened, but he didn't know physically the man he was looking at was Jesus. But that would just be an awe-striking moment, right? That God says, it is he who is talking to you. And so, anyway, I'm fascinated by little details like that. And then he said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him. And Jesus said, "For judgment I have come into the world, that those who do not see may see, and that those who see may be made blind." Okay, let me finish. Then some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these words and said to him, "Are we blind also?" Jesus said to them, "If you were blind, you would have no sin. But now you say, 'We see,' therefore your sin remains." And so he is obviously not speaking incredibly clear here, and that's on purpose to the Pharisees, that they're not understanding. They were right in verse 40 when they said, "Are we blind then?" Yes. Right? Because they are of seeing, physically seeing. They are able to witness the miracles of Jesus and see him, right? They're able to be there for his teachings, know it all, know the word of God, right? And the true Mishnah, and they're blind to it, right? But yet this man who has been unable to witness Jesus in any of these capacities believed. Right? And Jesus is making a point here in verses 35 to 41, mind you. Remember, the belief has to come before the healing. And so his going down to the pool of Siloam was his act of faith, right? And so of believing. Jesus already knew that this man believed. He was having a conversation and making a point to the listeners, which was the Pharisees who heard him, right? And so that wraps up John chapter 9. Sorry for that little blip. Now we have a point A and a point B. But anyway, I'll see you again soon.